My name is Dr. Tangela Purifoy, and I am the Vice President of Evaluation. This training is designed to equip you with the tools, insight, and support you would need to lead with confidence, integrity, and effectiveness. We will discuss the roles and responsibilities of the team leader and the phases of accreditation visit process, the practice and writing findings of noncompliance. We will inform you of the guidelines and COE resources and timely reporting. Now let's discuss the types of COE visits. There are six. Candidate visits for accreditation is a pre-accreditation status for institutions actively seeking accreditation. During this period, the institution engages in a self-study and prepares for an accreditation visit. Candidate status does not imply accreditation of an institution. Institutions in candidate status cannot implement substantive changes. Initial accreditation is where institutions begin being considered for initial accreditation. Candidate institutions must maintain accredited status within 12 months after first review of initial accreditation by the Commission. If initial accreditation has not been granted within 12-month period following the first deferral action, the institution shall be denied initial accreditation. Reaffirmation of accreditation must occur from 2 to 6 years after initial or any subsequent reaffirmation decision. Institutions undergoing reaffirmation of accreditation must send an eligible representative to the Commission-sponsored workshop for the preparation of the self-study report and workshops for submitting the annual report within 6 to 18 months prior to hosting the reaffirmation team. The 5 required workshops are Self-Study Part 1, Self-Study Part 2, the annual report, responding to the team report, and the 2026 or whatever year you're coming up for your reaffirmation cohort accreditation orientation. Now let's focus on the unannounced visit. The Council on Occupational Education may conduct unannounced focus reviews on any institution at any time during its membership, confirming compliance with criteria based on random selection or information demonstrating a potential risk of noncompliance. These reviews are designed to ensure that institutions continue to meet COE standards and policies even after initial accreditation. COE may randomly select institutions for unannounced reviews. The focus reviews are where the team visit is conducted when certain substantive changes applications are received or when in judgment of the Commission, a reevaluation of an institution compliance with the Commission's standards, criteria, conditions, policies, and/or procedures. Now, as we move on to substantive change visits, this is when a substantive change visit is required is when the visiting team will confirm the accuracy of information provided by the institution in its substantive change application and may evaluate the institution for compliance with any of the standards, criteria, and conditions adopted by the Council. Remember, every COE visit is to verify the institution complies with the policies and requirements. The COE on Occupational Education provides the following resources for accreditation to explain the accreditation standards, guide the accreditation process, and ensure consistency, clarify roles and responsibilities, and support self-assessment. The following books are Handbook of Accreditation for Public and Non-Public, Federal Institutions, Registered Apprenticeships, Policies and Rules of the Commission, and the Guidelines. Individuals interested in volunteering to serve as a team leader or team member for visits conducted by the Council for candidate status, accreditation, substantive changes, and other circumstances are required to be certified in the team member and team report process and travel expense workshop of the Council every 3 years by attending the 3 required workshops and maintain an active Advera account and up-to-date resume. And please make sure you sign the conflict of interest statement. Also, individuals need to be knowledgeable of the COE manual, applications, and forms. Volunteers need to have an active Advera account. The team leader and team member role is a peer-to-peer process. However, the team member is an active participant, and the primary responsibility of the team leader is to lead the peer team during an on-site review of evidence to evaluate the institution's compliance with the policies, rules, standards, and conditions of the commission. The team leaders and members are evaluators, not inspectors. Team leaders manage the logistics and write in clear findings of non-compliance with the team. The team leader will lead a team of peer reviews on the study of the quality of the institution in light of its stated mission using the policies, rules, standards, and conditions as the evaluation criteria. Through information obtained from interviews and documents, the team considers the strengths, weaknesses, and approaches to the solution of any problems. Volunteers will review the documentation, conduct interviews, maintain integrity, and respect the confidentiality of the institution. Do not discuss any findings of an institution with others not involved in the team visit, and make sure that you shred all documents. Now, after the preliminary visit exit meeting, the team leader should start preparing for the accreditation kickoff meeting by developing an agenda, reviewing assignments, finalizing the logistics, and reviewing the self-study. The preliminary report summary from the fellow to discuss at the virtual accreditation kickoff meeting. The team leader should meet with the team members in a private area room at the hotel upon arrival. The team leader should introduce each team member, share contact information, note departure time of each team member, ensure that all team members have name tags, introduce the assistant team leader, review team member assignments, and make any necessary arrangements, and discuss the team schedule and work to be performed by the team. The team leader should brief the team members about the institution and the commission policies, rules, standards, condition, and criteria as if they had never been on a visit. The team leader should inform the team members to review the guidelines and procedures of writing findings of noncompliance in the Advera software. The team leader should remind the team members to review the documentation that the institution has provided to ensure that they are following the guidelines of COE. In order to provide consistency in the evaluation process, guidelines will be used in evaluating or determining the institution's compliance with the standards, conditions, and criteria. Items on the conditions guidelines cover requirements in Standard 2 through 5 of the Handbook of Accreditation. Items in the Standard of Guidelines cover the criteria in Section 6 of the Handbook of Accreditation. Every team leader should be familiar with the Handbook of Accreditation. The team leader should inform the team members that either yes, no, or NA must be selected for each statement in the guidelines in a VERA. In appropriate cases, NA may be selected where the criteria is not applicable to the institution. COE guidelines are available on the Council website at www.council.org to reference in conjunction with the COE team report at Vera Software as needed. Any data collected on the guideline must be entered in the team report at Vera Software. A finding of noncompliance is a statement by the team that describes the circumstances during a site visit that indicate that the institution is in violation of a policy, rule, standard, or condition. Findings of noncompliance require that the institution address the violation and submit documentation assuring the Commission that the violation has been corrected. A continuous improvement suggestion is defined as a statement written by the team pointing out improvement that may be made in an educational program or in the operation of some part of the institution to promote educational improvement. It is highly encouraged that the institution respond to suggestions. However, it is not required to do so. Please make sure that the finding of noncompliance is written clear and is evidence-based, and remember, no personal opinions. An official team report is compiled to inform the staff of the institution and the Commission about the status of the institution as measured against its missions and the policies, rules, standards, and conditions of accreditation set by the Commission. The team leader will virtually attend the preliminary visit exit meeting with the fellow and chief administrator or designee. During the preliminary visit exit meeting, the COE fellow will share feedback on the completeness and relevance of the self-study. These observations will also be reflected in the preliminary visit report summary. Essentially, the preliminary visit exit meeting should establish a collaborative, seamless transition of knowledge from the COE fellow to the team leader. The team leader will receive the preliminary report summary from the fellow no less than 15 days following the preliminary visit exit meeting. At the meeting, the team leader will discuss the logistics for the reaffirmation visit with the chief administrator or designee. The team leader will discuss the agenda, outlining the activities for the entire visit, means of travel, accommodation, and transportation, schedule a tour of the institution, and discuss the expectations surrounding the workroom. Additionally, the team leader should inform the institution what to expect during the visit. The team leader should make sure exhibits and other documents and materials are in at VERA that will be needed at the time of the accreditation visit entrance meeting. The team leader should discuss the expectations surrounding the workroom. The visiting team will need a secure room in which they will review exhibits, hold team conferences, write reports, and take breaks. This room should be as centrally located as possible, well lit, and large enough to accommodate the team. The room should be clearly identified as the visiting team workroom and should be considered off limits to the school personnel during the team visit. The team leader will receive the preliminary report summary from the fellow no less than 15 days following the preliminary visit exit meeting. The team leader should provide a potential date when the visit agenda will be ready and sent to the institution. The institution should receive the visit schedule, the agenda, no later than 30 days prior to the visit. The team leader should determine if there are any travel and lodging nuances that will help the team to complete their travel plans. The team leader will review the accreditation visit final agenda and continue coordinating the final logistics with the institution and remind the institution to upload exhibits in Advera. The accreditation kickoff meeting is where the team leader will chair and facilitate at least 60 days prior to the scheduled team visit with the team members and the fellow will be present. Additionally, the team leader will discuss the visit agenda and share results of the preliminary visit. Observation highlights with the team members. The team leader should discuss their approach to the visit and cover individual assignments and responsibility of each team member. Additionally, the team leader should inform team members to assess the self-study in Advera. In addition, assess and review the institution's faculty handbook, school catalog, and student handbook via the institution's website. The team leader should discuss travel, lodging arrangements for the team visit. The team leader should plan the expectations around joint meals and determine if there are any dietary restrictions. The team leader should remind the team members to identify a list of people with titles to interview. The list would be compiled and submitted to the institution at least 15 days in advance of the visit. Day 1 of the accreditation team visit. The team leader should meet with the team members in a private area or room upon arrival at the hotel. The team leader should brief the team members about the institution and the commission policies, rules, standards, conditions, and criteria as if they had never been on a visit before, as I stated previously. The team leader should inform the team members to review the guidelines and procedures of fraud and finding of non-compliance. Day 2 of accreditation visit. Facility tour and program review. So now you're at the accreditation visit interest meeting. This is a peer review process. The team will be the eyes and ears of COE, where our mission is to uphold quality, integrity, and continuous improvement in occupational education, meeting the evolving needs of students, employers, and communities. This enhanced practice and process would heighten efficiency, effectiveness, and consistency. During the morning of day 2 of the accreditation visit, the team leader should review procedures, work responsibilities, and assignments with the team members. The team leader should set the time the team will be meeting to share findings and observations. The team leader should review the schedule for night classes. The team leader and chief administrator will make formal introduction of each team member and their roles. The team leader will provide a brief overview of the visit schedule and answer any questions. This meeting should not take more than 30 minutes. Following this meeting, the team will begin the accreditation visit with a tour of the facility with policies, rules, standards, conditions, and criteria in mind, and complete the current guidelines for licensures for non-public institutions, check student permanent records, check files for advisory committees, check media services, as well as ensuring preserving and protecting student coursework, testing, and records are provided by the use of storage devices, duplicate physical or digital records, security files, or other measures that ensure both the preservation and security of the records from fire, theft, vandalism, and other adverse action. Furthermore, the team will review all supported exhibits and the manner in which they will be made available to the visiting team in Advera. The team leader will ensure that the team evaluate programs with work-based activities that include structured learning events that occur outside the classroom and involve the public. Clients who are served by the institution, for example, cosmetology, clinical, automotive, technologies, which are components of the educational programs, externships, internships, clinical experiences, industrial cooperative education, and similar activities. Regarding program guidelines, the team leader should ensure that one set of individual program guidelines are completed for each program at each campus. The team leader should ensure that team members enter data collected on program guidelines into Advera team report software and determine if private sessions with the chief administrator is necessary. Now we're at day 3 at the accreditation visit. The team leader should recap evaluation of programs with the team members. The recap should entail a review of any findings of noncompliance written for programs and ensure that the team concurs on the report. The team leader should ensure that a guideline is completed for each standard. It is essential for the team leader to remind team members if there is an area of concern that they should request additional documentation from the school. The institution should be provided with a reasonable amount of time to retrieve the documentation. The team leader should make sure that the team members assigned to Standard 3 verifies accuracy of completion and placement and licensure exam statistics reported. Benchmarks for minimal acceptable percentages of completion, placement, and licensure exam pass rate can be found within the Council annual report software on the Council website. The team leader should ensure that the team members assigned to Standard 7 examine the financial statements carefully to assure that the school meets each of the criteria for financial stability and examine the refund policy to assure that the school is in compliance with the COE refund policy or meets one of the conditions for deviation from the COE refund policy. The team leader should make sure that the team members assigned to Standard 8 verify state requirements for teacher certification and randomly check personnel files to make sure instructor meets those requirements. The team leader should ensure that the team member assigned to Standard 10 verifies that student records are maintained at the main campus for all locations and that the information contained in the records is completed. In order to maintain compliance with federal guidelines, institutions that participate in Title IV student financial assistance programs are required to disclose campus crime statistics and other security information to students and the public as mandated in the Jean Ann Cleary Disclosure of Campus Security Policies and Campus Statistics Act and the Graham-Leach-Bliley Act. Day 4. The team leader should conclude report preparation to finish any part of the team report that is incomplete and have a final review of the report by the team to include evening programs. The team leader should ensure that the entry of the team report data is complete and print a draft for the team to reference for the accreditation visit exit meeting. The team leader should ensure that electronic files regarding the team report, interview sheet, guidelines are shredded and are deleted from computers at the institution. Now, during this stage, the stage of accreditation visit exit meeting, the team leader in conjunction with the Chief Administrator, will schedule the accreditation visit exit meeting with the team members. The team leader will also determine with the team members the nature, method, and time of the team report, as well as remind the team members not to speak in first person during the exit report. The exit report is an overview of the findings of non-compliance, suggestions, and accommodation. The team leadership brief the institution about the team report and the institutional response timelines. Do not discuss how to correct the findings of non-compliance. The team leader should discuss the institutional response report and format with the chief administrator and should advise the chief administrator that the official team report will be sent to the institution. Under no circumstances should the team report be sent to the institution by the team leader or its contents revealed to unauthorized person. Please remember to collect and shred all notes. The team leader will submit the team report within 30 days in Advera and make sure all issues are resolved before submitting. The team leader may send a thank you email to the team members. The team leader and membership maintain the highest standards of professionalism and confidentiality during the initial or reaffirmation visit. You're ready now to serve on a team. Please make sure that you attend all of the COE required workshops at the Spring Accreditation Institute or the annual meeting. Also remember, the most important, that the team leader must attend the preliminary visit, team report, and travel expense workshops in order to be a team leader. Remember, it must be renewed every 3 years. Our resources can be found on our website. Thank you for joining us, and please stay in touch.